Hello, everybody, and welcome back to The Lounge. Glad to be here with you guys. And I'd like to first say, sorry that we didn't go live tonight. Was pretty busy today. Went and had to do some stuff. Had a meeting for my organization. That went really good. Discussed our logo and all that stuff for the blind community, which is now being switched over from... Well, let me rephrase that because the blind community is still there, also known as BC Services. That's actually the alias name that we used locally, which stands for Blind Community Services. But anyways, that still stands, and that is something that is still separate. But through the college, we was doing blind coalition, or however you say it. But we've switched that. We have changed our name because we had a meeting. We all discussed and said, well, we want a name that represents something that doesn't just point to those that are visually impaired. So, we decided to change the name from that to Visually Impaired Sighted Alliance, short for VSA. I realized that when doing a logo, when you can have fewer initials, it makes it a lot easier to work with logos and all that stuff. So, we're going to be doing T-shirts for the organization. We're going to be doing pins, and then I can't think what they're called. But this actually gave me the idea to also do this for the lounge. We're going to be doing the things that you can put on the back of your phone, and they I don't know how to explain it. You bend them, and they will allow you to stand your phone up or whatever. They're not called a click. I forget what they're called, but you know what I'm talking about. So the good news is I now have a guy that can do T-shirts for a very, very reasonable price. He can also do other things. So I'm going to be speaking with him about getting some stuff put together for the lounge as well. I believe my first step we are going to be doing is getting stickers with our logo on it, with the lounge's logo on it, so that we can put our logo on different things. And we'll talk about that more tomorrow night with you guys and discuss that. But anyways, yeah, today's just been really busy. I went and picked up a refrigerator. Had one given to me, so, I'm very, very thankful for that. It's just awesome how people, it's, you ever heard the saying, one person's junk might be another person's treasure? That is so true, isn't it? Something that we might throw out, someone else would find that to be very valuable or very useful. So, anyways, that was given to me, so I'm really, really glad that worked out. And then next week, I'm going to be going through my garage, and I showed you guys a lot of the stuff. It's just a miscellaneous bunch of stuff. Some stuff that I might call junk, but I'm actually going to be setting some of that stuff out and allowing people to stop and just pick it up if they want it. I've got loading gates for livestock in the garage. Give them to somebody that could really use them, a farmer or something. There's a table in there that I'm not going to use. Maybe I'll give that away. I don't know. I might turn it up and see what the top of it looks like and maybe use that in the garage. I don't know. But there's a lot of stuff in there I'm just going to get rid of, For that said, let's move on to business, shall we? let's move on to something that so people kind of know, because someone asked me what was going on. Some people didn't realize what was going on with this stuff, with the lounge being picked on and all this stuff. And I'm just going to make it clear that to those that want to keep on bothering us, number one, I'm not calling up the Cowpoke show. I'm not doing it. I was on there once, and it ended up being totally opposite of what I thought it was. The person ended up being totally opposite of what I thought he was. And there's been a couple people that's done that. It's a continuous repeat of the same bullshit. Just a loser beggar. Just a beggar. A beggar. And the good thing, everybody knows. Every supporter knows. We're not begging for anything. I'm not begging for anything. Did I go through some rough spots? Of course I did. Everybody does. Cowpoke's problem with me is because I got a P.O. box and he don't like it. We have a donation link and they don't like it. Well, so do a lot of other YouTubers. And I don't think that they take down their donation link just because you don't approve of it. So, why not just stop? Especially considering, adults, but yet come in and start off with all the name calling and the hate and all that stuff. I just don't get it. Last but not least, the main topic of this podcast tonight. This is to Elmo. Elmo, I assumed that things was squashed, done and over. But then I get word that you're saying that I'm a liar about me supposedly never asking you about this other person. And I can't remember the name. That's how important that whole ordeal is to me. It's really not. But I did ask you about that. And I did. Why now it's being turned around saying, well, no, John's lying. He never asked me. Yeah, I did. Yes, I did. It's simple as this. Whatever happened, happened. Whatever you did, that's on you. That is on you. It's done and over. Why are we digging up old shit? I'll never know. But I'm not about the drama. Okay? If there's a problem, I really, really try to get people to come and just talk to me and say, well, here's a problem. Unfortunately, it doesn't work out that way every time. And if someone says that I'm lying about that I don't try to resolve problems, then you don't know me nor this channel. Because I have resolved problems. I have went to the table with people. So I think that needs to be just squashed and done with, instead of pulling up old garbage and then starting, a bunch of stupid stuff all over again. It's just not worth it. I'm not going to discuss the fake news channel. Well, it ain't really news. The fake channel, rather. Y'all know who I'm talking about. We're not going to discuss that, because that's where that started with all that, Elmo, was when you was over there. Water under the bridge. Water under the bridge. Ultimately, let me say this. Every single person makes mistakes. And we can either learn from our mistakes and turn it into a lesson, or we can continue to make the same mistakes because we're learning nothing when we make those mistakes. I'm not perfect. I have made my mistakes, but I've also learned from my mistakes. And I think that's what's made me a better person today. These lies that, get thrown out there, and this picking on the lounge because we do this and we do that. Do your own thing. We're not bothering you. And I'm kind of jumping around the board here. That's going back to those that are picking and wanting to argue and all that. We're not bothering you. You don't see me making up podcasts about... I'm not making up podcasts about you, Cowpoke. I'm not making up podcasts or videos about you, John. Now, I don't know what, because I didn't watch it. But I know Cowpoke's done some stuff, and that's fine. I'm just not going to bring myself down to that level. And someone said that, again, you need to call into the show and tell us this and that. I don't need to do shit, and I'm not going to. What needs to happen is people grow up. Stop acting like 5-year-olds. Because I'm just not going to listen to the BS. I've got a lot of great people that mean a lot to me. I've got things back on track. Back in college again. After my break that I was on. And everything's going good. And that's the way it's going to stay. The last thing I want to talk about, I'm going to answer a question someone asked me. Someone messaged me and asked me, how do you know if someone is trying to hack your computer and whatnot? And I know who that's referring to. Now, I've never had no problems, but I'm going to tell you what not to do is start clicking on links and stuff that you don't know what they are, and you really don't know who it's coming from. And be careful. For someone to do that to your computer, I will also say that is a federal offense, and if it happens, you need to report it and take action. Because it is a federal offense, and a person will do some serious time for hacking someone's computer. That's a fact. If there's one thing I learned a lot about, that would be laws and all that stuff. I've been working really hard to stay on top of that. And, I enjoy it. I really do. I'll never give you guys like, I'll never say, okay, here is legal advice, blah blah blah. But rather, I just give you my opinion on what I think. But it's never going to be, me saying, well, go do this or go do that. I will just give my opinion, and you can take it as an opinion. If you go out and you do things the way that I said that I would do it and it didn't work out, I'm not going to be held responsible for that, or, the lounge at that, because it's just an opinion. That's the best way and the safest way to protect things. So, you got to be sure to like, share, subscribe, and don't forget, if you would like to donate, you are more than welcome to donate. You are more than welcome to contribute. Something that some people just can't stand, and that's just Tough Titty said to Kitty. But we do got some plans for you guys, doing some giveaways and stuff like that. And those giveaways, by the way, I don't know if anybody ever got that we charge for that, because we don't. That's free stuff. And we choose to do that. And that's our choice to do that. So, I love you guys. You guys get ready for tomorrow night. We're going to have a good time. Mods, get ready. I'm sure we're going to have to deal with some, idiots. But we can get through that. Shout out to all my wonderful supporters and mods. Evo Abe. Sector A. All you guys. Every one of you rock. And I'll talk to you tomorrow night. I love you guys. Sorry we didn't go live tonight. But, it happens. I'll talk to you guys soon.